It's not always the easiest task to predict what happens in a game, but usually by the time we're done with 30 out of the 40 overs, we have some kind of an idea. At the moment, at least I don't. I'm going to find out shortly if my guest does. Let's quickly update you with the scores. 75 for 1 in 10 overs. They've lost a wicket. They haven't exactly stepped on the gas, and yet they've got wickets in hand against a good bowling lineup that hasn't necessarily delivered. 88 to get in the back 10. Michael Vaughan joins me on CricBuzz Combox. Tough one to call, Michael. You had gone with the bowling side to start the innings. Has it evened out a bit?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a bizarre chase. I mean, the initial first few overs, Gujarat were excellent. The captain himself bowling some nice overs. They couldn't get away. And then all of a sudden, that sixth over was a key over. Lockie Ferguson came on and Abhishek hit some nice shots, got his momentum going. Then he got out. Rashid Khan's got that one wicket. He's got 2 overs left, as has Hardik Pandya. So you feel that those 4 overs are going to be really crucial in the remaining. Sorry, there was a big appeal there that I heard on the screen. It's not out. And those 4 overs are going to be key for this chase. Lockie Ferguson, we know that he can have impact as well. And if they get 1 wicket, someone like Lockie Ferguson could still do some damage. But you always feel with Kane Williamson, even though he's not kind of striking it at probably what he would like, if he's there around this 17th, 18th over, you'll feel that they'll be controlling the chase. I think his job now is to completely bat the 20 overs if it takes that long, and everyone else can play cameos around him.
And it's probably a kind of total. I know I even heard the commentators mention that on air. It's the kind of total that Kane Williamson would love. If it was 190, it's not that he can't get there, but it would not be on himself. He'd have to have a lot of help around him. But this is the kind where he can control the chase, stay at one end, and sort of just advise the batsman at the other end what to do.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's that kind of player. I mean, he's not a 200 player in T20 cricket, but 160 is a score that I think he knows that even if he has a slow start, which he has done today, he always backs himself that he can catch up. So he's 25 of 25, striking at 100. He knows if he gets to 50 off 40 balls, which he possibly will do if he stays in, that level of strike rate will continue to grow. And it's more about the cameos around him now. The likes of Pooran coming in, those kind of players who can strike 25 off 12 balls. That's what's going to be required from the other end if Kane Williamson just plays that anchor role.
Well, it's not just the batsmen who are having trouble with extra pace, as we've been talking, ball thudding into the gloves of Matthew Wade. Don't think there was quite an edge. If there was, then it's the routine chance put down, but it sort of went through his hands, burst through his hands into his chest. And if that was an edge, that would have been very costly. But Abhishek Sharma certainly has, I didn't have the sound up, so I'm not sure if it took the edge or not. But judging by the body language, not quite so much. Abhishek Sharma, yet another one of the young Indian players who's taken his opportunity up the order. We mentioned the likes of maybe a Samad who's not playing, or a Riyan Parag, who doesn't get enough balls out there in the middle. Abhishek Sharma does, and he's sent out a message that I can play, I belong.
Yeah, he's got a great chance of continuing with his development. It obviously going to be an IPO where he's going to get lots of opportunity. 42 off 32 today, probably not at his best, but he caught up. I mean, his start was, they bowled well to him. They bowled really nicely, bowled some tight lines to him, didn't give him any width. And then Lockie Ferguson came on, he started to hit the boundaries, and that shot over extra cover off Rashid Khan, he just picked the googly and went with the spin, was a wonderful strike. He's clearly young. He's got a great game on his head, and he's going to get lots of opportunity to develop. So I think we'll see some consistent performances from him.
Well, one thing's for sure, the other question we hadn't quite answered was, will there or won't there be a bit of dew? Well, the towels are out there. It's not quite ridiculously wet out, but we know that the last 10 overs could be a bit of a situation. So does that, if it does set in, does it still give an extra 10% towards the chasing side right now?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if the dew comes down heavy, it's going to be very difficult to hold the ball. And that'll be a big key for the Sunrisers to chase down this target. I've just seen Lockie Ferguson bowl one to Kane Williamson. It kind of came back through the air. There was a little bit of shape in the air. So whether that's an indication that the ball's just starting to get old and there's a bit of reverse swing, we'll wait and see. But Lockie Ferguson, with 2 overs still to go in the game, he'll have impact. It'll either be impact where the ball flies everywhere, or it'll be impact that he's hitting a few of those stumps and it'll fly out the ground. It's a hot game, this one, Gautam. I can't pick it. I'll ask my friends down here. Who you picking? Even my mates down here, they don't know.
Oh, well, when the tech team sits on the fence, you know the game is in the
Trouble.
balance. So we're going to leave it exactly at that. All we know is there's going to be a bit of action, some quick bowling, a bit of leg spin coming in, and if someone like a Puran gets in, some exciting stroke play. We'll see you at the end with whatever the verdict that the teams actually deliver. That's all from Cricket's Combox.